Next, I'm going to welcome to you Scott Sliver. He is from the Hope Foundation of Greater Dayton, which is one of the agencies that the food bank does serve. And he's going to come and talk to you about what they do.
Hello. Thanks. It's great to be here. I'm really excited. What's that? I can't. Okay. Here. Take it.
You're cut off, Scott.
Take it. My wife back there will be very excited. That's my wife there. She's clapping. Well, my name is Scott Sliver, and I wear many hats. People around here know me as, a lot of you know me as the voice of I Love Dayton. Rosemary knows me as Executive Director of the Hope Foundation, which I inherited the Hope Foundation a year ago, which it was started by a single mom. She's an acquaintance of mine, really. She called me. She knew that we had a facility at Main and Helena Street, and she needed a base of operations to do what she wanted to do. She was raised in a poor family. She was hungry all the time. She's a single mom with 4 kids herself, struggling to keep food on the table, and she started the Hope Foundation. About 6 months, well, when she contacted me, she asked me if she could use some space. She, as a base of operations, needed an address, an office, place to store food, and I said, sure, I'd love to partner, sure. Well, 6 months into it, she asked me if I could have a cup of coffee with her, and she said, I can't do this. She said, this is just more than I can handle. She had a day job, as we all do, and she just said, I can't do this. I think you should do it. And I said, no, you know what you could do is you could maybe put me on your board. I'll come alongside you. I'm happy to help. I know a lot of people. You know, I'll tweet about it. And apparently I out-tweet Jamie Jurosik, so that's news to me. But she just said, I think you should take over. So that's how I became the almighty powerful, executive director of the Hope Foundation. Somebody who really had a passion for it started it. She launched the rocket, and then it was my job to fly it. So she took me down. She said, here's what we do. We go to the food bank. And I showed up there, and she introduced me to Shira and to Rosemary and some of the others that are there. And we started picking up food. And she had a couple of contacts. One was at Fairborn Primary School. And what we did was we showed up there with a truckload of food. The Hope Foundation is a 9-meal mobile food pantry. So we actually put food on a truck, pre-bagged, and take it to Fairborn Primary School. And what the school did, it's a real partnership. That's the word that you're going to hear a lot tonight and through CultureMASH, is it really is about partnership. Fairborn Primary School contacted families that they know of that are on their reduced fee or free lunch program and said, hey, the Hope Foundation has food and they're going to be here at 11 o'clock on the first Saturday of the month. And people started showing up. And the next month more people showed up and more people showed up. And every month our numbers grow. Within 1 year's time, we've gone from serving under 100 households per month to over 700. And I think, I've been saying this, I don't know if it's true, that we're now the largest distributor of USDA in Greene County. Is that true? I don't know how it happened. Really. It's just people show up, we go get food, we bag it, we take it out, more people show up, we get more food, and now we're distributing, it's like 15 tons of food every month. And here's the amazing thing. While it takes a lot of effort, if a lot of people do a little bit, it's amazing what you can accomplish, okay? That's really what it's about. We have figured out that it takes 1 man-hour per month per family. So right now we're about 700 man-hours of volunteers. We have people who show up on Wednesday nights for 1 hour and bag groceries. We have people who love to go out. We go to Huber Heights, we go to Fairborn, we go to the city of Dayton, we go to Jamestown, we go to Cedarville, and we have a pantry at the Vineyard Church in Beaver Creek. And it just continues to grow. You know, when Rosemary was telling the stories of people showing up, I have 2 friends that make 6 figures that came into our pantry because they were both laid off for nearly a year. And so for me, it's way more than the food. It's about restoring people's dignity. It's about allowing them to come and we meet their need, but we don't make them feel bad in the process, that we lift them up. Whether it's a line of people at Main and Helena, where we serve 264 households in about 2 hours. I shake hands with every one of those people. I have little old ladies who hug me and kiss me and thank me, and they look up at me, you know, I'm like a foot taller than everybody, and they say, oh, I just thank you so much for being here. I don't know what we would have done, you know, and we're providing them 9 meals. You know, it's a small thing, but it makes such a big difference in someone's life. And I tell you, I didn't figure this out overnight. I helped start a church called The Vineyard here in Beaver Creek, and I've been on staff there for 20 years, and my heart for people has grown over the years. It didn't start out, you know, I didn't start out really caring a whole lot about the poor, the hurting, the broken, the disenfranchised, but it's grown over the years. I was telling Rosemary, I can point to the spot. You remember where the old Reynolds and Reynolds clock tower was on 35 and 75 right there? It's okay, I'll get it. And I was right there, and I turned to a friend, and I said, you know what, I really love Dayton. I really love our city. I grew up in the podunk town of Eaton, Ohio, out in Preble County, and but I've always considered myself a Daytonian. And a year ago, a couple of my friends and I, when we were talking about loving Dayton, I started a Facebook page called I Love Dayton. And I wanted it to be just a place where I could talk about all these nonprofits, where I can go to your Facebook page or to your website and post a link there and speak on your behalf. And what has happened over the last years, it's grown from a bunch of my friends to now, we're approaching, I don't know, 4,000 people, something like that. But you know what I love to do even more? I love to promote Dayton Most Metro. Bill Pote's there, because he and I had coffee, and I said, well, this isn't about me. This is about all of us working to better our city, and there's nobody that I know of who has more of a heart for our city than Bill. And if he's like that, and I can promote him and grow his fan base, isn't that what it's all about? And if we can get past all the stuff about being competition, you know, Rosemary could view me as competition because we're competing for charitable dollars. But without the food bank, we couldn't feed a fraction of the people that we feed. And without us, there'd be 10, maybe 15 tons of food that would be sitting on their warehouse floor undistributed. And that's the beauty of this. So what I do, I'm really missing my phone. Okay? I don't know what to do with my hands, you know? And I will be done here in a minute. I'm just taking 5 minutes of Rosemary's here. But here's the thing. When we go out, I interview people. And I do, with their permission, I do YouTube videos, just 1 minute of them saying thank you for what we're doing. And then what I do is I want Rosemary, I want every person that works at the food bank, I want all the other agencies, and I want everybody in Dayton to see the difference that a simple bag of groceries can make in a person's life. And I tag everybody, and I'm you know, 2 News dubbed me a new media expert. I'd never heard of new media, what that was, until I went to the New Media Dayton meeting 2 months ago, right, Carol? I showed up there and I went, I feel like I'm a fish in water now. There's this thing called new media. The thing is, I went to art school, and I have a background in advertising, but yet I'm a nonprofit guy, so it all fits really well, and I love to help other agencies. We also created a page called Bring the Shuttle to Dayton. I don't know if any of you have heard of that. I met with George Mongan. I was wearing a Sports Clips name tag. I met him at a Dayton Chamber of Commerce meeting. And he said, you work for Sports Clips? I went, no, I'm helping this friend of mine build his business through social media. He says, well, what do you do? Well, I'm executive director of the Hope Foundation. You know, I feed the hungry. I'm a pastor at the Vineyard. And he still wanted to talk to me after I told him that, which was amazing to me. And he said, well, maybe you can help me. I said, well, what do you do? And he says, well, I'm executive director of the National Museum of the United States Air Force Foundation. I've been tasked to raise $42 million, I think that was the figure, to bring a space shuttle to Dayton. And he said, I'm supposed to do it through social media. Would you help me? And I went, sure. You know why? Because Dayton needs a space shuttle. Our economy, I mean, see, it's simple to me. You know, we have the National Museum, our economy needs it, and heck, flight was invented here. So in my mind, it's simple, let's just get one. And here's what they said. He said, I have to do this through social media. And I said, well, what's your Facebook page? What's your handle? That's what we say in CB lingo. It's your handle, right? We don't really say that, I'm just kidding. But, and he said, I don't have a Facebook page. He didn't personally, and neither did their foundation. So we started this whole thing, and now there's like over 4,000 people that are on the I Love Dayton, or the Bring the Shuttle to Dayton page. You know what gets me really excited is hearing Mayor Gary Leitzel talk about the Bring the Shuttle to Dayton page on 2 News. And I like jumped up and down with my coffee in my living room. We did that page. And the word is getting out. Because I had no idea that Dayton was trying to get a shuttle. So these are all nonprofits. They're all different projects. And you have to do what you're passionate about. Okay? If you don't care about the shuttle, then do something else. But your work with single moms, kudos to you. Give her another round of applause. That's the real stuff. So with that, I'll move on now. And I will hand this back over to the 2 that have created this, and I think they deserve a round of applause for